What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel WWE Best of Pay-Per-View Build-A-Figure Paul Bearer Chris Jericho Y2J. Now here we do have Y2J in the box. You can see it does say build a Paul Bearer figure. Jericho does include the head and the urn. This is of course from his Unforgiven attire. Or the attire he wore at Unforgiven, excuse me. On the back, no real read-up, just says collect these four superstars figures. That sounds weird. It should be superstar figures, or I don't know. To build Paul Bearer figure, and of course other figures in this line include Rusev, The Undertaker, Neville, and Chris Jericho. All these figures give you the ability to build Paul Bearer, which I'm really excited. I finally have Paul Bearer in hand. So what I'm going to do now is take a little break, get this guy opened up, and then we'll go on to the rest of the review. So sit tight, everyone. And here we have Chris Jericho posing out of the packaging. Now before we get on to Jericho, let's actually go on to the Paul Bearer pieces he came with. He did come with the head and the urn for the Undertaker and the head of Paul Bearer. Really loving this face sculpt. We'll get more into it when we actually review Paul Bearer, but really looking forward to finish Paul Bearer. If you've been keeping up with my best of pay-per-view figures, you've seen me gradually show off Paul Bearer's pieces. But anyway, here we have Chris Jericho posing out of the packaging. Now let's get a good 360 of this guy. I'm really loving the face sculpt of this Chris Jericho. This is actually one of my favorite times of Chris Jericho. Like, as a kid, I just remember I really didn't like Chris Jericho. I thought he was a terrible person, and you know, he did his job as a heel, and that's what heels do. But really, really loving this figure. Really takes me back to his old days. Kind of wish we would get this as an Elite figure. Maybe one day, but anyway, let's actually go on to some of his detailing. Zooming in, we have that really nice head sculpt for Chris Jericho. Let's actually zoom the camera back out a little bit. Really loving this face sculpt. Does it look like Jericho? Yes. And no, you have to remember, this is a really younger Chris Jericho. He has aged quite a bit in recent years, but this is actually what he looked like when I watched him wrestle growing up. You can see he does have that really nice goatee, which I did have a goatee like that at one point. Really long hair. The Ayatollah of rock and roll wouldn't be anything without his nice golden locks. He is wearing black wrist tape on both arms. And then his trunks. This isn't one of his better tight designs, but it looks okay. It is mostly flat black with these designs in it. No, it doesn't even say Y2J in there. It's just random, and like I said, not my favorite attire, but you know, it's better than nothing. We do have his kick pads that say Jericho on the side in gold trim. So that's really nice that we get this really classic looking Jericho. And that's really all there is to him. He doesn't have any other accessories. His attire, like I said, isn't one of the better ones that I liked. Something to point out before I forget is that his hair tie is painted, but only so far. Yeah, when he gets more toward the inner part of his hair, it's not painted, but that should be expected because it would have taken a really long time to paint that in. But that's Chris Jericho for you. Not much to say about the figure, so let's actually move on to his articulation. He has a ball-jointed head. He can look up slightly, down slightly, turn his head left and right, as well as tilt his head. You can't really get him to do a full 360 because his goatee will get in the way. Arms on a ball joint go out, do a full 360, spin at the bicep, single jointed in the elbow, spins and bends at the wrist, swivels at the waist, legs go forward, back, and no outward movement, but he does have a single joint in the knee, spins right here at the kick pad, not at the top of the kick pad, but a little below the top. And he also does have a hinged ankle, so all the articulation you need from a basic figure Really liking this figure. So what I'm going to do now is take a little break, get him posed up, and then we'll move on to my final thoughts. So sit tight, everyone. So here we have the King of the World, Chris Jericho, poses for my final thoughts, and overall really do enjoy this figure. Like I said, they could have chosen a better attire for Chris Jericho. I would have actually liked to see a Chris Jericho from Survivor Series when he beat both Rock and Austin. That would be a really nice figure to own, if they ever get around to it. Or even his Eddie Van Halen tribute tights. But anyway, Chris Jericho's a really nice figure. I think this is the first time we're seeing this head sculpt. I don't know. I might be wrong. Looks really nice, like I said, from some angles. Yeah, it doesn't look much like Jericho, but it does capture that smug cockiness that he had back in the day. Now, if you're looking for the Paul Bearer figures, you're going to have to go to Walmart for them. The Paul Bearer Build-A-Figure figures are a Walmart exclusive, and they're running you about $12.99 per figure. That's about what you're going to be paying plus tax for each of them, so buying them all comes out to about $60 with tax rounded off. No, not $60, my math is all wrong. What is it, 12, 24, 24, that's like $50 plus tax, so about $55, $56. If you're going to pick up the whole wave, better try finding a fresh case, because when I first stumbled on these, I only found Rusev and Jericho, and I wanted the whole wave before picking them up. But like I said, if you want this Chris Jericho, go ahead and pick him up. He is essential to building Paul Bearer, and, you know, if you have a regular suit body, you know, you really just need Jericho to get the head and the urn, and then put the head on any suit body, and you have your own Paul Bearer. But with that being said, I really do like this figure, and I'm King of Dragons 5000 saying don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, check out all my other videos, and support my channel by letting me know what you think of them. And as always, take care guys, and I'll see you guys later.